Hi, today I am coming with one CBSE question. This year paper, that is 2025 paper, question number 17. A cell of EMF E and internal resistance R is connected to an external variable resistor R. Plot a graph showing the variation of terminal voltage V of the cell as a function of current I supplied by the cell. Okay, this is the question. And explain how the EMF of the cell and its internal resistance can be found from it. Two parties are. 2-mark question this is. Okay, we can see how we can do. Before we do that one, okay, one more time, see the question. So there are two things to do. First thing is plot a graph showing the variation of current and voltage. Second thing is how to find the EMF from the graph. So we can have some basic ideas. You may studied before, but still we can have. You should have knowledge about what is the EMF of a cell and what is the internal resistance of a cell. EMF of a cell meaning is this is open circuit voltage. Simple language is open circuit voltage. And internal resistance meaning is effective resistance inside the cell. Okay, because inside the cell you know that there are some chemicals, right? We call that one is electrolyte. Okay, and resistance provided by that electrolyte, that is the internal resistance. And terminal voltage meaning is closed circuit voltage. In a cell, usually there will be some resistance connected parallel with the cell. So that one. Here is the image of a cell. You can see that between two electrodes A and B, there is a liquid exists, right? And there is a resistance also exists. A small letter R we are used to represent this internal resistance. And here the bulb you can consider as the external resistance. Okay. Now internal resistance meaning is opposition to the flow of electric current within a cell itself caused by the electrolyte and electrodes. This is the basic knowledge you want to know before we start. Okay. And there are some factors. This is also another one board question, 2-mark question. Factors affecting the internal resistance of a cell. First factor is distance between the electrodes. How far it is, how close it is. Accordingly, there will be a variation in the resistance. Second thing is surface area of electrodes. Okay. And third one is concentration of the electrolyte. So distance between the electrodes, surface area of the electrodes, and the concentration of the electrolyte. And the fourth one, temperature of the electrolyte. That is also a fact. Higher temperature change the resistance, internal resistance. And the nature of the electrolyte and electrodes. That also another one fact. The type of electrolyte and the electrode material can also influence the internal resistance. So the material quality also decide the internal resistance of a cell. So there are so many factors which affect the internal resistance of a cell. Okay. Now slowly we can come. Now we can start the solution now. Maybe a little bit slow, but I will make you understand. So here plot, that is the graph required. So let me draw one x-axis, y-axis here. And here the x-axis represents the current and y-axis represents the potential difference. And the origin point I marked 0 and draw the graph like this one. Okay. So here you can see there is a slope, right? Now you can write what we know already, the relation between the EMF and the voltage. We know that EMF is equal to V plus IR. That is potential difference plus current into internal resistance. Transfer the IR terms to left side. So we can write like V is equal to E minus IR. Now here is the actual method to calculate. See, when I is equal to 0, where is that point you see? Move towards the left. That means come to the origin. So at the point origin, I is equal to 0, right? Then what is the Y? Mathematically, you can see that when I is equal to 0, V will be equal to the EMF. That's enough. That is the question actually. So look into the graph. I did a round there on the Y-axis. So when current I is 0, we can say that potential difference is equal to EMF of the cell. Okay. That means EMF will be intercept on Y-axis. And how will be the resistance? You know that the ratio between voltage and the current, right? So resistance will be equal to, internal resistance will be equal to modulus of the slope of the graph. See, the graph is going down. That's why the modulus taken, okay? Otherwise it will be a negative. Slope will be a negative. That much only. Here the mark distribution given is for plotting the graph, they assign, I mean in the answer key we can see that 1 mark, okay? And for writing or finding V is equal to E, you will get half mark. And for writing internal resistance is equal to slope of graph, you will get half mark. If you have any question, you can put it in the comment box. I will try to answer in the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.